going to just do a real quick tutorial on how to make an envelope throw pillow cover. These are great because they're easy to make, even for beginner sewers, and they don't take a lot of fabric. So I went to my local Joann's today, and they actually had a sale where you can get a 2-pack of these 18-inch square pillows for, I think it was like $13. But they're nice and big and fluffy. It says they're firm. So I'm hoping they're going to end up making great throw pillows. We just did kind of a mini makeover in our great room, living room, dining room combination, and our hallway. So I need new throw pillows. And so I bought these. And then what I did is I ordered some fabric from fabric.com, and the print that I got is this kind of hatched gray fabric. It's actually an outdoor fabric from Premier Prints, and I will put the link in the description box down below. But to get started, you need half a yard of 60-inch wide fabric for each 18-inch pillow. So really easy. So I have 2 pillows, so I had a yard of fabric. The first thing I did was I cut 2 18-inch squares. You can't really see the whole square on camera, but I cut 2 18-inch squares, and those are for the fronts of both of my pillows. And then I cut 4 pieces that are 18 inches across this long side by 14 inches high, and that's going to create the back piece, or the back pieces, for our envelope pillow cover. So I cut 4 of those, and then what I did is I took it over to my iron, and I ironed down on the back of each of those 4 smaller pieces. I ironed down 1/2 inch, and then folded it and ironed it 1/2 inch again. And then I pinned it in place all along the side there so it'll hold it perfect and snug while I sew. And then I sewed just 2 lines of stitching. Hopefully it'll focus. 2 lines of stitching here across the top, just to hold that down in place. And I like to do 2 lines of stitching just because I think it gives it a little more durability. You know, if you have kids like I do, your pillow covers are going to get washed a lot. So I like to make sure that they're just going to stay on there nice and snug and nothing's going to happen to them. So what I'm going to do now is take one of my 18-inch squares here and lay that down the right side up, and then take one of my sewn smaller pieces here, place that on top right side down so that the sewn edge is kind of in the middle of the fabric, and then take my second one here and I'm going to place that one right side down also. So I'm creating just another square here on top and overlapping these 2 pieces by quite a bit. I find with my envelope pillow covers that I really want them to overlap a lot. That way my pillows don't want to kind of come through that overlap there. So I'm going to take my pieces here and just pin them in place. You don't need to leave any kind of an opening because you have your opening here to be able to turn it right side out. So I'm just going to pin all the way around, and then I will go to my sewing machine and sew all the way around my square here. And I actually do like to make a finished edge, so I will then go around again with my serger, and I will be back and I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so I am back after I sewed my covers together, and you can see my serged edge here on my covers. And then if you look closely, you may be able to see the gray stitching I did. I did it in a coordinating thread just because if it happened to poke out at all on the right side of my fabric, I wanted it to be hidden. But I double stitched across all 4 of the places on the cover where the pocket comes onto the front, just for some added durability. You know, as you pull your pillow insert in and out of your cover, it kind of will tug on that just a little bit. So I wanted to make sure that I double stitched there just so we had just some more protection for doing that. Okay, so now I'm going to take my cover and turn it right side out. And the easiest way to do that when it comes to the corners is to take your corner, and I put my finger right all the way into that corner as far as I can get it. And then I'm going to fold over one side there and fold over the other side, and then just using my thumb and the finger that's inside, just pull that corner out, and it creates a nice crisp corner there. You can see that. So I'm going to do that to all 4 of my corners really quick here, just to turn it right side out. And the more you practice doing that, the faster you're going to get at it. It's the best way to do any corners that I have found. If I'm doing baby blankets, or when I make my suck pads for baby carriers, this is the way I do corners. I don't like to clip the corners because I feel like sometimes it can compromise the strength of the corner just because you weaken the fabric there. So this is my last corner, and then I'm just going to turn the whole thing right side out. And if you pull on those corners, it straightens it out. Okay, so I have ironed this after I sewed it, but I would want to go back and I want to iron it again on the right side just to make sure that my edges are nice and crisp. And I'm going to do that, and then I will be back to stuff my pillow in my cover. Yay! Okay, real quick, I just wanted to mention 2 things that I forgot to say earlier. So one, that I chose the outdoor fabric versus the regular home decor fabric because the outdoor fabric is actually much more durable, and you can wipe it clean a lot easier than you can a home decor fabric. It also helps to repel stains, which in my house of 4 children plus my husband, we get a lot of use out of our pillows, and I really want something that's going to last for us. So that's why I chose the outdoor fabric. But because it is outdoor fabric, it is thicker and a little bit more difficult to sew with. And if you choose to use the outdoor fabric and you find that when you do your stitching on your sewing machine that your fabric tends to pull a little bit and feeds unevenly through your machine, what I do is as I'm sewing through, I will grab the piece that's in front of me that's going into the machine, and I will bend it up like this, and what that does is it slows down the rate that the bottom fabric is feeding through your machine so that it will actually feed more evenly through your feet, your presser foot on your machine and your feed dogs. So if you find that that happens to you, then that's a quick fix to be able to get it to feed evenly. That way your pillow cover doesn't end up all wonky when you're done, because nobody wants a wonky pillow cover. And especially if you're doing a pattern like some stripes where you want everything to line up real nice, and you want those stripes even on the front of your pillow. So that's just a quick tip to get it to feed evenly. Alright, my cover has been ironed. It looks so nice. Nice crisp edges. I'm ready to stuff my pillow in. Now this is not hard, but can be tricky. So I just take my pillow and I'm going to slide it into this open side here. Like that. And push it in as far as it'll go, all the way into those corners there. And then, in order to get that side in, you scrunch down your pillow, reach down and grab the other end of that envelope piece that's down there. And I like to make sure that my corners of my pillow are in place before I pull my hand out, because the corners are the trickiest part to get in there. And then I can just tuck that envelope piece down inside Make sure it's nice and straight in there. And then fluff up my pillow a little bit, and it is done. Easiest pillow project. This is great for beginner sewers. It's an easy way to do a project that won't take a lot of time and doesn't require a lot of tricky stitches and maneuvering your fabric around your machine, because it is all straight stitches, my friends. Plus, look at the end result. How fun is that? I now have some new pillows for my couch, and I am ready to go. If you like this video, if you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up. If you have questions, feel free to comment below, and I will definitely answer them. I will also put a link in the description box to a post I have on my blog. I did a tutorial for envelope pillow covers on there. I think it was a smaller pillow. I want to say maybe it was a 16-inch pillow, but it has dimensions there, and I will write down the directions for the dimensions in the description box below also. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you liked this short tutorial and that it helps you guys. So again, if you have questions, leave them down below, and make sure you subscribe to my page. Bye!